Your principles, I know them, but what are they and how'd you come up with them?
So before I started coaching, I visited with a few other coaches, and one of whom was Pete Carroll, and went and saw him during training camp in Seattle. And he was great. He pulled me aside. I was sitting in on all their coaches' meetings, watching practices, and he pulls me aside on the second day I'm there, and he goes, "So how are you going to coach your team?" I said, "You mean like what offense am I going to run?" He goes, "No, that stuff doesn't even matter." I'm like, "How are you going to?" He goes, "How are you going to coach your team?" I go, "Well, what does that even mean?" He goes, "What are the players going to feel when they walk into the building every day? What's the vibe? What's the culture?" We're like, "How are you going to just determine like what they feel when they walk into the building every day?" And that started this conversation where he basically laid it out, and it was an incredible story. But what are the values that make you who you are? And those values have to become the culture, but you got to figure out how to make those values come alive. They can't just be words on a wall. So Pete was explaining all this, and it made so much sense because I had felt that in San Antonio with Pop and Chicago with Phil, but nobody had ever sort of expressed it that way. So for the next couple of days, we talked about, what those values would be for me, really looking into my own past and who I am, and then how to make those values come alive. And fascinating. But Pete said he really learned that from Bill Walsh. So
Yeah,
pretty cool.
so yours
Values are competitiveness, mindfulness, compassion, and joy.
Right. Okay.
Taught me was if joy is one of your values, then there better be joy at practice. There better be joy in the building every day. So hiring people who have a sense of humor and who can laugh at themselves on your staff is really important. And hiring creative people who can, make practice fun and lively, and playing music and celebrating players' families and their accomplishments, birth of a child. Like, we want the players to walk into this building every day feeling the joy that comes from being in a place you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah.